If you're somebody who struggles with sleep, this video is going to be for you. A lot of clients come to me and they have a lot of sleep problems, whether it's unable to fall asleep, whether it's unable to stay asleep, or waking up in the night needing the bathroom and having really disturbed sleep. Sleep problems are very, very common, and it affects so many of us. But it's really important that we can understand why we are having disturbed sleep, and why we wake up maybe feeling really tired, even if we've had quite a good night's sleep, so we think. Sleep is so important for our physical and mental health. We need to make sure that we're getting between 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. And ideally, this is unbroken sleep. I'm the mother of a 10-year-old baby boy, so if you're like me with a baby, it's not always as easy as being able to get a full night's sleep, but we just do the best that we can. And there are some tips that we can incorporate into our routine, to help improve the quality of our sleep, and to help make sure that we do stay asleep, throughout the night for the full night. So first of all, one thing that I would suggest would be to make sure that you stop having caffeine at least 12 hours before bed. So caffeine can stay in our system up to 12 hours. This really is dependent on person. Everybody's so different and caffeine affects everybody so differently. But in general, it does stay in your system for about 12 hours. So if you go to sleep at 10 p.m, make sure that you're not having coffee or caffeinated drinks after 10 a.m. in the morning. So maybe that's 1 or 2 cups in the morning and then that's it. Swap for something like herbal teas, peppermint or mint, chamomile, something like that. Just try and make sure that you're not having caffeinated drinks at least 12 hours before bed, because without realising, this will definitely be disturbing your sleep and you won't be getting into that real restful, deep sleep that we need to be getting. The second tip would be if you have a bath, having an Epsom salt bath. This will really help to relax your muscles. It contains a lot of magnesium, which is really good for relaxing the body. And it just makes you feel a lot more relaxed. So definitely, if you do have access to a bath, taking an Epsom salt bath before you go to bed is a really good way to wind down your body, and get your body ready for bed. Another tip would be meditation and deep breathing exercises. I know it sounds so cliche and a lot of people think, meditation, it's just not for me. It's a bit woo-woo, it's a bit too spiritual. But actually, all you need to do is just sit still, close your eyes and just focus on your breath. It can be for 2 minutes, it can be for 5 minutes, whatever works best for you. It's about finding what works for you. What works for me may not be the same as what works for you, but with meditation, it's just about coming back to yourself, and being able to relax and have some deep breaths, and really center yourself. Not only does this help relax your body, but it helps to relax your central nervous system as well, which is going to be really important for when you go to bed, just to help center yourself, relax yourself, and help your body doze off into a nice deep sleep. So first of all would be caffeine, avoiding that at least 12 hours before bed. Secondly would be Epsom salt baths. Third would be meditation and deep breathing exercises. Fourth, something that I often suggest to clients, if they've got a lot going on, if they're busy, working mums, or even, homekeepers, if you're somebody who stays at home and looks after the family, we do have a lot on our minds. Something that I would suggest is journaling. So before you go to bed, just have a notebook next to your bed. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just some lined paper and a pen and just write down everything that's on your mind. So it could be what you've got to do the next day, how your day's been, anything that's on your mind. But it'll just really help to clear your mind before you go to bed, and stop you from waking up worrying, or stop you from laying in bed worrying about, what you've got to do, or how your day's been, or if you've been upset or something like that. It just helps to get that off your chest, and onto paper, and clears your mind before you go to bed. Another tip would be I know I mentioned chamomile tea earlier, but it really does help to relax you before you go to bed. So after dinner, having something like a chamomile tea, it's been shown to help relax the body and get the body ready for rest. So taking 1 or 2 chamomile tea bags, putting it in some hot water, having that after dinner and before you go to bed will help to relax your system, get your body ready for bed, and help you drift off into a nice deep sleep a lot easier. Another tip would be using essential oils. So you may be familiar with aromatherapy, it may not be for you, but using essential oils has been shown to really help to relax the body, get it into a restful state, and help you to fall asleep much easier. So essential oils have been shown to be really good for enhancing your mood, getting your body into a really nice relaxed state, and this is obviously really important for when you go to bed. So some things such as sandalwood or bergamot oil can be really helpful. They can be used together or separately, but just adding a few drops of sandalwood and bergamot into your diffuser can be really nice to set the mood of the room, help to bring your nervous system into a restful state, and help to relax your body to get you prepared for bed. And finally, this tip is so important, I cannot emphasize this enough, but try not to eat too close to going to bed. So say you eat, we want to be eating, if possible, at least 3 hours before bed. It just gives your body and digestive system a time to rest when you go to sleep. You don't want to be going to bed on a full stomach, because otherwise, your body's just going to want to be digesting the food. But it's really important that our body digests the food, and then we can really rest when we go to bed. So trying not to have dinner too close to when you go to bed, otherwise it will disturb your sleep. You won't get into that really restful state that we need to be getting into, especially when we're going to sleep. And your body won't be able to recharge and reset either. So trying to avoid food at least 3 hours, if not 2 is absolutely fine. 3 is the ideal, but I know this doesn't work with everybody's schedule. Just do the best you can, but it really does help to try not to eat too close to bed, because it will disturb your sleep, as I said. And alongside this, with dinner choices and things like that, if you are somebody who does like dessert, we want to try and stay away from sugar too close to bed. This can make you feel a lot more energized and awake, which is obviously not what we want to be feeling before we go to bed. So trying to avoid sweets if possible, and trying to opt for natural sugars such as some fruits or even some healthy fats to help to combat the sugar cravings. So it could be half an avocado after, or even with dinner, but after dinner, if you want a snack, a handful of nuts and seeds, something like that. Just trying to avoid sugar close to bed is going to be really helpful to help you, your body get into that restful state, so you don't get into bed and your body starts digesting the food. So that's really, really important. I hope you found this helpful. Please, if you've got any other questions or anything that you want me to make a quick video on, please just send me an email, holly@thehealthzoc.com, and I will speak to you all soon.